Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the 2-1 Special Podcast. My name Randall, and with me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG Dad and himself. Man, y'all go ahead and say what up to these folks, man.
What's
What
up?
up?
What's up?
All right, everybody, now welcome back. Now, on today's episode, we're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs because I'm pretty sure a lot of people did not expect the NBA playoff and the conference finals to look like how they look right now. And a lot of people, it's half half. A lot of people saying they glad. Somebody saying they ready for the new generation to take over. So that's what we're gonna pretty much talk about now. So, Dad, I'm gonna kick it off with you since you've been watching the game longer than me and LJ. How you feel about all the old superstars not in the finals anymore, and all the younger faces are not in the finals?
Well, it's bound to happen. When the superstars get older, you need a new crop of superstars to get in there and to figure out like who's gonna who's taking over basically. You know what I'm saying? Like who's gonna be the next group, and um that's happened with Ant, Shea, um, what's his name, Brunson, and Halliburton. Like each one of those guys, that have proven that they could be a number one and lead their team to success. So, do I think it's like over for the LeBrons, the KDs, and the Stephs? It's pretty close to it right now at this point because like they're getting older. They're getting older unless there's some like magical team up that they all do or something like that. It's not looking good for them right now.
LJ, what you think?
Uh, yeah, I think it is over because it was bound to happen. Like when you look at it, most of the people me and you grew up with are absolutely gone out the league. The only person really left is LeBron, and then Steph came in when we was in like high school, maybe middle school, high
And
school, maybe.
KD.
Yeah, that's when they came in. So everybody from our childhood is old and out the league, other than LeBron, KD, and stuff. And I mean, like Dad said, it's just the changing of the guard, and it is interesting because now it was like they was talking about it. There hasn't been a California or Texas team in the conference final in who knows how many years. I think they like 10 or 12 years. There hasn't been a Texas or California team in one of the conference finals. So it's just interesting, I think, because you do have a change in the guard. You have people thought Boston was going to start taking over and start winning everything. I knew that wasn't going to happen because you can't trust nobody on Boston. Uh,
I'll tell
I
you what,
think
you stay on Boston's neck.
Boston's just trash. I'm sorry. I will say I do feel like the conference finals have been underwhelming compared to the second round. So
Well, can I jump in here real quick? Say something about that real quick, Randall.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Um, I think it's the only reason why it's underwhelming because it's not the upsets we had in the Eastern Conference. Um, how the Pacers smoked the Cavs, and how the Knicks beat down the uh, Boston in six. Like it should have been six. Like they had that one. Like we could do good without this Tatum game, and that was it. Like it should have been done in five. But
yeah,
and then you had the series with the Nuggets and that was a good series. Nuggets and the Thunder was a good series, and yeah, that second round was good. Like three out of the four things was like good because of upsets, and like just the Thunder and the Nuggets had a good series. So like it was. I mean, I enjoyed the second round, but like this one's like I'm liking watching Eastern Conference versus the Western Conference games because Eastern Conference you're getting all the grit, the fight, the anger, so that everybody's get the defense, get the toughness. Western Conference is like, we're going fast, we're going to score, we're going to score, we're going to score, we're going to score. So it's like, I'm anxious to see what the finals look like because the West is one totally different, which is always is. West is one totally different style than the East. So I want to see how that clashes and stuff like that.
To be honest with you, this needed it. We needed this because let's be honest. If LeBron, Steph, KD, if who else? Who else in the league? LeBron, KD, Steph.
That's it.
That's pretty much it. They've been going back to back. If them three kept on going, the league, everybody would have been saying, okay, we need to figure out, we need new talent. Because why on earth ain't none of the new talent is taking over? So to be honest with you, I think this is like the future of, I'm going to put it like this. The future of the NBA is in good hands. Because you got OKC going crazy. You got Anthony Edwards, he going crazy. Cleveland, even though they choke, if they could figure out something, they okay. Indiana going crazy, Knicks going crazy. If you want to throw Boston in there, because I think Tatum and Jalen, they like in their late 20s. So if you want to consider them, you can.
Nah.
You don't want to consider them?
Jason Tatum ain't that dude. Like,
but either way it go, this needed to be done. Because LeBron got maybe 2 more years max. Same with Curry. Same with KD.
Curry got 4 probably.
Yeah, I give him that. Depending on because he rarely get hurt, and he really don't do all that crazy driving like LeBron. And then KD, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
And then KD, excuse me, pretty much the same. I give him like maybe 2 to 3. Then knowing him, he probably be petty. He probably do 1 more, but ain't no. It all depends on how KD feeling. But I'ma say this needed to be. This is what the NBA needed. The NBA needed some new and fresh face, and I'm glad that the Western Finals got new faces in it, and I'm glad the Eastern Finals got new faces in it. Now we're gonna jump back for a second because I don't think we talk about this. The NBA draft. How y'all feel about? It was a controversy going around saying that the Dallas Mavericks did something. Dad, how you feel about the NBA draft and the Mavericks getting the #1 draft pick and the controversy about that?
Do you want me to be honest, or do you want me to like
hey, do whatever you want to do. That the floor is yours. If you can say whatever you want to say.
The NBA lottery has always been fixed.
True that.
It's always been fixed.
I don't know why we have this why people have this discussion every year. It's been fixed. I don't understand.
No. It's like they're not even trying to hide it anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm starting to believe. First of all, I'm starting to believe more that they wanted to get Luka out of Dallas and into LA. Like it was a move, and they said if you do that, we'll give you the #1 pick.
Pretty much.
So I think that's what happened.
So that's the controversy. The controversy.
That's the.
People believe that it was fixed because they got Luka to LA.
Yeah, because they had no business. They had no business being able to get the #1 spot. They were a game away from the playoffs. They were literally had no business being that close. Because if it wasn't fixed, they would have got to like one of the last. Like they would have been the first things pulled if it wasn't fixed. But because it's fixed, and because like everything that just happened, like we could go back in time. Knicks got Patrick Ewing. The Knicks didn't have a chance to get him. LeBron to the Cavs. Like the Cavs had the high chance, but like, you know, come on, like stay to Cleveland. Cleveland needed influx. When LeBron left, the Cavs got 2 #1 picks. They got Kyrie and they got Anthony Bennett, which by the way, Anthony Bennett was trash. We all get it, we all know. But it's still back-to-back #1 picks. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a weird it's like they're not even trying to hide it anymore, really. So it is what it is. Um, I think it's fixed. I think that because even like to this day, like the trade still doesn't make sense. Like to this day, trade doesn't still doesn't make sense, but it makes sense
Hold on,
if they knew they were gonna get the number one pick.
hold on. Here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up there about the. I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm glad you brought the trade up. So the controversy around all of this is this is what a lot of people are saying. Dallas, I think, start of the season they had like between 1 to 5% chance of getting the first round pick this year, or something like that. So what happened was they traded Luca, and I forgot the man named Nico, wherever I think that's his name. He knew he screwed up bad. So what people were speculated is behind closed doors he did, he was doing something because he knew. I forgot the first round, the number one overall pick. I forgot the boy name, but they pretty much saying he's similar to Luca, but he's a little bit more athletic because he
Super
was
flag? No.
because here's the thing. Here's the thing because the reason why they say that because he was training with the Olympics team. And one KD or Anthony Davis or one of them, I don't know. All I know is he was training with the Olympics this summer, and he was putting up good numbers. And a lot of people was pretty much saying he got the Luka bill. So Nico, whatever his name is, he knew he screwed up. So a lot of people saying he did something behind closed doors so he could get the number one draft pick to where he can pick whoever the number one draft pick is, or wherever you call him, and then they gonna make him the franchise player for the Mavericks. I'm just saying what a lot of people, well, it's not a lot of people, but pretty much a good percent of people are saying. How true that is, I don't know, but I just want to share that.
I don't think that it was a thing of like Nico knew he was going to do that. I don't think Nico knew that he was getting this much backlash for it. But I do think that there was a behind closed door second is that we need Luca in a bigger market, and in order for him to be in a bigger market, like we'll give you the number one pick because Dallas, while it is in a big market, it is not. It's not LA.
All right.
And Luca needs to be in prime time. So now Luca did get screwed in this thing to where like it was like he lost his big bonus for it. He lost his supermax. But there's under the table dealings all the time to make it right. So
I just found it funny that nobody expect Dallas, excuse me, to get the number one draft pick, and they screwed up bad with the trade, and somehow they magically got the number one draft pick.
They didn't imagine. Well,
I mean, we all know it's rigged. We all know that.
right. Like,
But
they didn't magically get it. They got it for a reason. It's just, do you believe in the one where they was like, Adam Silver told them to trade LeBron, or not LeBron, told what's their name, the Mavericks to trade Luca to the Lakers so they can put him in a big market to make him the new face of the NBA and get the international crowd, or do you just believe that the GM for the Dallas Mavericks is just dumb? I mean,
which he is. But
yeah, I was
that's
gonna
beside
say,
the point.
yeah.
I feel like it's the dumb one rather than the other one, but to each their own.
No, he just dumb.
It's that I don't believe he's smart at all. Don't get it twisted. Like he is not he is not that smart because like the way he not only the way he handled this thing, the way he did the trade, but how he handled the backlash from the trade, like I say it all the time. This man says defense wins championships one more time, just try to justify his trade of Luka. Like it's. And then you get people like Skip Bayless because the Lakers went out in the first round talking about, oh, see, this is why he traded. I'm like, no, Like this is not the reason. You know,
Oh, Skip got other problems other than
Skip
white
got way too many more problems than
I'm
me.
finna say,
Right.
yeah.
He's still on Twitter though,
Oh, okay.
talking his crap. So anyway,
Like I said, it is. We all know it's rigged, but for him, for them, I believe this was planned all along. To be honest with you, this had to been planned all along because he screwed up, and he was like, "We need the number one draft pick. I mean, we need the number one pick in the draft." Come to find out, the number one prospect for the draft, the guy got a similar play style as Luka.
I still don't see it.
no, it's not a similar play style though. Like
You saw Cooper Flag. That's not his play style. He. I mean, he's a big guy. I mean, if you want, if anything, and I'm being generous here, it's closer to, I guess, KD play style, maybe. But I'm being real generous with that one.
so, we're not saying he's as good as KD, but his
Oh, yeah,
play
no.
style
No, no.
is similar.
Yeah.
I will agree with it. It's more similar to KD than it is Luca. 100%.
Nah, I would never say
We
that.
just gotta wait and see. That's all I gotta say. We just gotta wait and see on that. But everybody, the NBA playoffs, they got a whole bunch of new faces. I won't say there was a debate. More so, everybody was just surprised that, LeBron, Steph, KD didn't make it. And I'm like, well, they about to be on their farewell tour, especially LeBron. So it's about time that we get new faces, especially young faces, making finals. So, and, I don't
So-
mind it. Go ahead. What you say, LJ?
So, do y'all believe that? So, the rumor is now is I think everybody. So, I think KD, Steph, and LeBron are in their final year or will be in their final year soon. And supposedly, this was a crazy rumor I heard that they all going to go join one team and do a super team, and that's when they do their farewell tour.
They can't. Money cap.
I mean, if they take a pay cut.
Who gonna KD ain't gonna take a pay cut because he's supposed to be at Golden State while Jimmy Butler be in Phoenix. I don't know what happened. It was something with a contract. So
He
No, KD said no.
I probably-
KD
I
said
probably-
no.
Oh, he said
KD
no? Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
KD
said no.
I ain't coming nowhere near y'all.
I don't know. That's almost $1 billion right there. Unless all three of them do 1 year contract.
I mean, yeah, that's all they need is a farewell tour.
If they do 1 year contract and don't win the finals, that'd be funny. But I don't know. I can see it though. I get more see not KD. I get more see Steph and LeBron play because LeBron been saying he want to play with Steph for the longest ever since they were teammates in the Olympics way back in the day. So I can see LeBron and Steph probably do a farewell tour, but KD, Steph, and LeBron, that's a lot of money, and I don't think a team gonna be like, yeah, we don't want to use all this cap to where we can have 3 old school superstars that finna be gone next year to where we could just rebuild our team for the next 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But we just gotta wait to see on that though. But let's talk about football and what the hell going on with our team, LJ. We still don't have a damn QB.
They ain't my team.
They ain't your team.
No,
That
I
was going.
I don't have no team.
That was going on with the Steelers, man. Why we don't got no QB?
Oh, I thought you I thought you were talking about the Broncos. My bad.
No,
You
we ain't talking about the
team.
Broncos. Screw the Broncos.
I was like, y'all got Bo.
We ain't talking about the Broncos. We talking about
Oh,
we
okay.
talking about our first team, the
Oh,
Steelers,
yeah,
before Peyton Manning went to the Broncos. Then yeah, but
Uh,
we're
I
going.
don't got no team.
But what's going on with the Steelers? Dad? Aaron Rodgers doing something with a contract, and then the other person, I don't know what the hell they doing with him. So what we got going on there? Why we don't got no QB in Pittsburgh?
I think that this has been a mistake to put too much faith in Aaron Rodgers' commitment to them, like saying he'll go to them. I personally think Aaron Rodgers hasn't signed with anybody yet because thanks to his last time, but he's avoiding a drug test and suspension. No, for real. Like I think that's like a real thing.
I
Like because
believe.
once he signs, like you immediately have to do that physical.
Yeah.
So like he
You know,
sure he
they
can get
pass
drug
the
tested
physical.
now. So he can get drug tested now, but it's not like there's a chance. It's a higher chance that he won't get drug tested right now than if when he signs he has to get drug tested. So that's I think he's avoiding getting trying to get some clean urine. That's what I think he's doing right now.
You talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Mm-hmm.
Ezra, what you think, man? What's going on with the Steelers?
They're paying for, and it's actually funny because I can't think of his name, but he's the announcer for one of the TV shows. Oh, Terry Bradshaw.
He went off today.
Yeah, he went on a radio show and talked about the idea of them getting Aaron Rodgers just being a joke. Again, they messed their own selves up. They should have gotten a young quarterback. I'm not going to say they should have got Shadur. They should have just gotten a quarterback out of this draft. Even if you didn't believe in him in the long run, you still should have just got one. Or you don't sell one of the other two you had, and not put all your hopes in a washed Aaron Rodgers, who when he gets there might not even be close to 100%, let alone any percent. So they're going to get what they paid for, which is nothing, and they are just going to have to like it. And when they finally go, I don't know. Not they won't be over 500 is what I'm trying to say. They won't be over 500. When that finally happens, they will then have to come to the realization of, do we get rid of Mike Tomlin, which they won't, because that would make no sense. But you will have to start asking questions higher up to be like, why did we decide to do it? And that needs to be an actual conversation.
You know what? And I hear you. And this has been one of the mistakes that Tomlin has made this season. Like Tomlin doesn't make many mistakes because, like, who can argue with his record? But like this is a mistake, like that he's making right now. Because again, Russell Wilson didn't play bad last year, and they could have just ran it back with Russell Wilson or something like that, or drafted somebody. Now, I don't know, like, cause like, what are they going to do if Aaron Rodgers retires? Like, who's on their depth chart right now? Who, like,
I'm not even sure they have a quarterback on the depth chart.
like for real, like, I don't know who's the starting quarterback right now. Like, I literally have to go look it up right now because I have no idea, who's on the depth chart. So it's like they put too much faith in that, and not only in doing that, see, I never want Mike Tomlin to ever have a losing record. I don't. But like, you can't go in there with no quarterback and everything like that. So it's like, okay, so right now they have. Oh God, it's bad.
I'm about to say,
Oh.
let's be honest. This year, I ain't gonna cut you off, but right now, this year for the NFL is horrible QBs. If you an NFL team that don't have a QB, this is the worst time right now because there's literally no good QBs out, or some good. Yeah, there's literally no good QBs.
I just saw. I'm looking at their depth chart right now. It is not good. Mason Rudolph.
Right?
Mason Rudolph's number 1.
Oh my God.
Will Howard's the number 2, and Skylar Thompson's the 3.
Like I said, there's literally no good QBs right now. Like if you an NFL team that needs a starting QB, it's the worst time right now.
Yeah, it is bad. It is bad.
You should have just went and drafted Shadur. I don't care that it was you believe he was going to be a distraction, or his father was, or just a quarterback. You like I said, you didn't even have to have them for the whole year. You just needed somebody to get you through at least the next year, since all these quarterbacks coming out next year. Unless they are going to, and I would hate to think this, but that's the only thing I can think of. They are going to tank for Arch Manning.
Whoa. Like you're going to full tank mode on the Steelers? Nah.
I doubt that. I don't know.
No, I don't see that. Maybe they might trade to get that number one pick, but tanking, I don't see it.
I don't want to believe it either, but you haven't shown me no other reason why.
Let's be honest. Eli nor Peyton will make Art Manning go to Pittsburgh. We just gonna keep it real. He will either go to. He will either go.
Come on, you said they won't let him go to Pittsburgh?
He probably won't.
I was just gonna let him talk.
Cause I was about to say either they gonna let him go to the Colts, Giants, or the Broncos.
No, come on, no. Because if that stuff talks, I need the same energy for Arch Manning that they gave to Shador. I need that same energy.
Now
Because if he can't go to him,
that's not gonna happen.
Oh, I know it's not going to happen. But like, if he can't go to Pittsburgh with the winning tradition, he can't go to Pittsburgh. Randall,
but here's the thing:
I can't let you live with that take.
We got to wait to see though, because we don't know what pick Steelers gonna have. We already know what I finna say Eli. We already know when Arch Manning get drafted, he gonna be top 5. He gonna be top 5.
They gonna have the number 1 pick at this point. Like I said,
like
Well, go ahead. They could get 9. They could get 8 to 9 wins with Mason Rudolph. They could do that. They've done it already.
I know they have done it already, but at that point, I'm saying just tank for what's call it. At that point,
You saying tank so we could get Art Manning?
Yeah.
All right. So LJ say tank so we get Art Manning. Dad, I already say my take. What you say?
If they take, I need Mike Tomlin to be sick and not be able to coach for a year.
Why?
Let an interim come. Let an interim come get those bad stats.
Yeah, he don't want to mess up his plus 500 record with Steelers.
I thought you said you need Tomlin to get a fine for tanking.
No. I need him to be like sick or something like that, so he couldn't coach all year.
No,
because I can't have. I need to go 2-0 and then get sick. So say, hey man, when I was there, they were winning. So like,
right. But I don't know who gonna. I don't know.
Also, did you guys see, like, change the subject a little bit? For this one running out. You see the cover of College Football today?
Yeah, with Ryan Williams and I forgot the other good name.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
What y'all think about that?
The number one thing and I don't know why people do this. The number one thing they point out, Colorado have nothing on it. That's what they pointed out. They say Colorado is nowhere on the cover.
No, because they had like the deluxe had like a bunch of people on it,
Yeah.
and there was nobody from Colorado.
And
on
nobody
it.
from Colorado on that. I was like, why are they so obsessed with? I'm like, come on now, but
to be fair, is there anybody at Colorado now?
the
They have a top flight quarterback.
Oh,
the
they
five,
do. I
the number.
forgot
I
they
think he's
stole
like the
it.
number one,
Right.
number one rank or something like that. 5-star QB.
They have a top flight quarterback.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, he was supposed to go to Notre
But
Dame,
he's
then
a-
they flipped him. He went to Colorado.
Right, but he's a freshman, so he wouldn't be known yet. So
no. I'm not saying he should be on the cover. I'm not saying that by no means. But I'm saying you said they have anybody. They have a quarterback.
I was gonna say, yeah. So they really, I mean, to be honest with you, they don't have nobody for real to put on the cover.
Right.
So Like I don't see why people joking. I'm like they literally Auburn not even on a couple, and we don't have nobody. Like
Actually, we have
you say that, but
no, we have our freshman. Well, he's a sophomore now. Wide receiver.
no.
He was like sick. He was beating Ryan Williams near the end. Actually,
Well, hey, we need a QB first, LJ.
that's very true. I'm not saying.
I'm gonna say
Look,
we need.
I ain't saying you wrong. I'm just saying we do have somebody.
We need a QB. And on the plus side, Alabama is also having trouble finding them a QB. If that helps you,
I mean,
because they usually have a QB by now, but
they'll figure it out. I
But
guess.
they-
I don't know. This is a new Alabama, so I'm
Yeah.
not really. I'm not. I mean, I still don't like them because it's Alabama, but it's not Nick Saban, so it's not like.
Yeah. but like I said, that's the plus side of it. We having trouble finding a QB, and now Alabama having trouble
Actually,
finding a QB.
I feel like I haven't heard nothing from Alabama camp.
See, that's what everybody was saying. They were like, usually around this time, they would at least have maybe 2 or 3, potential QBs. But right now they literally don't know who the 3 are. Like they don't know who.
I'm just saying, like that Washington coach, I said from the beginning he wasn't going to do anything. I called that.
We
And-
been called that.
Yeah, because
Here's-
how you go from getting beat down in the national championship to like getting the biggest head coaching gig out there.
So here's the thing: they were trying to give to Kirby, but Kirby didn't want to go because
I mean, that wouldn't make sense.
the
for
Georgia and Alabama.
It would, yeah, it would make 0 sense for Kirby. It makes 0 sense.
The other only coach, the only other coach was Clemson.
Which
Shoot.
you can't get Clemson no more. You can't get him. He's too crazy. After all the stuff he started saying when the portal came to be.
But that's the
No,
only.
you
That was
can't
the
be
only
outside
one for real,
portal
for
at
real.
that point.
Besides Kirby and Clemson.
Shoot, they should have got Urban Meyer.
I don't think nobody wants Urban Meyer.
I just don't think Urban Meyer would go to the clubs in Alabama, but
I don't know. He might be the one person who will.
Hey, you be surprised. Shoot.
Mm.
But like I said, we don't got no. Auburn don't got a QB. Alabama got a QB. Pittsburgh don't got a QB. And now I don't know. This just happened. I want to say either early this morning or late this afternoon. The Browns pushed Shador to fifth string QB, and he may not get a spot, or he may get cut, depending on how the summer camp, all this stuff goes.
he's going to have a tough battle anyway, like because of where he got drafted, and you can't tell nothing by these minimal pad workouts that they're doing. Like no pad workouts that they're doing. All he's doing, he's throwing to open receivers. Well, there's a few like one-on-one drills he's doing, but it's like, he's going to have a tough battle coming in. So, he gets cut. Steelers might pick him up. They probably
I'm about
won't.
to say, that'd be the perfect opportunity for the stuff.
That'd be literally the perfect, yeah.
But like Shadur's going to have a rough time. Shiloh is actually, I think Shiloh has if we're being real, Shiloh probably has a better chance of getting on the team than Shadur does, because Shiloh is strictly running for special teams right now, and he knows that I am strictly going to be on special teams.
Yeah, that's what all the recruits were saying when he was in Colorado. When he was in Colorado, they were like, you strictly just need a tryout for special teams. If you could just stick to special teams, we promise you're gonna get a spot on the NFL team.
Yeah.
But we'll see though. But to be honest with you, if they cut him, that's the perfect opportunity for the Steelers to pick him up. Because Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. He wants a $100 million, $500 million contract that no team is going to sign him for. The other QB, they debate on if they even want to give him a contract, which is wild. So I don't know. We just gotta wait and see. But we gonna talk about the WNBA and then we gonna let Dad go because Dad ain't feeling too good. We gonna talk about two things. First thing, we gotta talk about Angel Reese. Dad, please. I get no, you know what? Never mind, Dad. I don't even gotta ask you. I can just look and see that you know what the hell I'm talking about. Express your feelings. What the hell is going on with Angel Reese in the WNBA? Because I know you seen the Twitter post.
Yeah.
So just in case if LJ don't know what we talking about, Dan, go ahead and explain to the folks what we talking about.
Listen, first of all, when I say this, I'm a huge Angel Reese fan. I believe that a great rebounder could do wonders for your team. And she is a great rebounder. But somebody pointed this out, and it wasn't a slight, but like it's the truth. Like, 'cause you know how like because first of all, Angel Reese, we got to get her some miking drills. We got to get her in the gym doing miking drills and just laying up 200 times a day. Just get the layups. Have somebody like hit her with like a Nerf thing or something like that, like something, so she can get contact and like get the layups in, because it's getting embarrassing at this point. But somebody was talking about like this this rivalry she has with Caitlin Clark, right?
Right.
And this is not a shade, okay? This is not a shade. But somebody said compare this rivalry, like comparison rivalry. And it said like, if Andre Drummond had a rivalry or beef with Kobe, which is not because Andre Drummond was a beast on the boards, but had no offense.
Hold on, time out, Dad. Say that again for the people.
Y'all try to make it like I'm trying to diss Angel Reese. I'm not trying to diss Angel Reese.
Just say it again, because the audio probably cut out for some people.
I'll do it because audio cut out. I'll do it again. Okay. This is compared to like if Andre Drummond had beef with Kobe. But like, well, hold on. Like y'all laughing, but Andre Drummond was a baller. Andre Drummond was getting like 15 boards a game. You know, Andre Drummond he had no offensive game compared to Clayton Clark / Kobe. Got all the offense, is the biggest star in the league.
Right.
You know, like, so it's like that's compared to. I thought that comparison fit well, like, because you on the surface you hear that you're like, man, stop talking crap about Caitlin Clark. Andre Drummond's not a bum, okay? Andre Drummond had like some real good years on him, okay? The Piston years grabbing all the boards. So it's not a slight. It's more factual than it isn't. Like if you get behind the disc a little bit, there's facts on there.
You are really trying to sell yourself on this, Dad.
I'm not selling myself.
That comparison was wild though.
I'm selling to everybody who's listening right now, who's thinking I'm crazy. Okay, but because I'm sold on it myself, but like people will be listening if they're like, "Oh, Dad is tripping. He don't know what he's talking. He's just an old head." I'm like, if you look at Andre Drummond's stats, Andre Drummond has some really good years on him. I'm just saying.
LJ, you know what we're talking about with Angel Reese though?
Yes, I actually do, because I actually saw it, and the reason I saw it, I was on Twitter.
It was all over the social media. So obviously, I know you saw it somewhere.
I saw the foul because they had played the shot, and I saw the foul, and I said, and everybody was like saying, that was a horrible foul. That was, that shouldn't be in the game of basketball. And so I was like, oh, did she like knocked her outside the head? And it was what I would consider a basketball foul. You didn't want her to get that easy layup, so you fouled her. So I was very confused why everybody was.
It was a push.
Going crazy. I mean, was there a push? Yeah, a little bit. I still think it's a basketball foul. I didn't see nothing too egregious from it. Maybe that's just me. I but I was just like, I didn't see nothing wrong with what happened there. I thought it was not a okay, but it was. I don't want you to score this basketball, so I'm going to hit you. So I don't know.
Here's my. I don't know what's going. Okay, they were talking about her rebounds, and they were talking about how many rebounds she gets. She get a lot.
Yeah,
Of
how much she misses when she's close to the basket.
Exactly. So they showed a video of her and how she was able to get so many rebounds. This girl was underneath I should say bucket, underneath the goal. She shot the ball, and I kid you not, LJ. Within a span of maybe 30 seconds, she got at least 6 rebounds of her own shot.
She's missing. She's missing 2 footers.
Underneath the goal, LJ.
How tall? She's like 6'8", ain't she?
No, she's like 6'4", maybe.
She's,
She's 6'4", maybe.
But
she's way too tall
but
to be missing that.
but she missing shots. I'm talking about her hand is touching the net. That's how underneath she is on the goal. And she literally got at least between 5 to 7 rebounds within a span of 30 seconds.
Dad, that's a problem.
It's
That's a problem.
it is. It's not good.
And guess what? After
There's
she got
more?
the last rebound, she didn't even score. She had to pass the ball.
So, she's Dennis Rodman. Okay, that's her. That's what she's going to do. I hope the rest of her team can score, but she's Dennis Rodman. She's only there for her defense is okay, right?
Hit or miss.
Oh Lord. Okay, she's only there for offense. I mean rebounding. She's definitely not there for offense. She's only there for rebounding and the little bit of defense she has, if she has any. That's the only reason she's there. Are we okay with that?
My thing is this: I'm okay with it, but just don't go and do press conferences as if you drop 50 points a game.
That's her brand. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on that. That's her brand. She's the biggest star on that team right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like ain't nobody talking about Haley Van Lith right now. Like, ain't nobody doing that. Like, it's Angel Reese. So like, she's going to get the press conference. Like, I'm not mad at that at all. She she needs to start playing better to justify it.
Yeah.
But like, ain't nobody checking for anybody else on that team right now. Like, it's literally her. She's a star. She's one of the faces of the league, whether you like it or not. She is one of the faces. So, but she needs to play better in order to get that, in order to be able to justify the press conferences and all that stuff.
But yeah, that video what I saw of her missing all them shots and get all the rebounds within that amount of minutes was crazy though. But let's talk about Caitlin Clark.
Can I make a point real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all, like I know what I'm harping on it because I just want to point it out, okay? Because for all the people say Andre Drummond was a scrub, okay? Let me go for like a 6-year span he had, okay? 13 rebounds, 13 points in that season. 13 back to back seasons. He had 13 and 13. Then he had 14 rebounds, 16 points, and then he went 13 and 13 again. 16 rebounds, 15 points, and 15 rebounds, 17 points in another 2 years. So like, before y'all start talking about me about like, oh, you trip with the Andre Drummond thing, like, Drummond was a baller, okay? Averaged a double-double. Like, his career, he averages the double-double for his career. So,
it that?
Yeah, I just want to
Oh,
throw it out there.
I thought you
He,
could go.
he's just trying to justify his sport. I'm gonna let him justify his sport. I ain't got no issues with it.
But that's still that was a crazy comparison.
It was a very crazy comparison.
But it works.
but Caitlin Clark, how y'all feel about the? Well, she hurt now. She out for 2 weeks. But how y'all
She out
feel?
for 2 weeks.
Yeah, how y'all feel about all these players and stuff shoving her, pushing her, hitting her upside her head, and all that hard foul and stuff?
Like
Y'all
that
feel
what
about
happened last year.
Yeah, it's going to happen. The scouting report on Caitlin Clark has beat her up. Like that's the scouting report right now. The WNBA is so territorial that they don't want Caitlin Clark to shine. Where her shining is actually good for the league. Some people say, "Oh yeah, it's good for the league," but like the way they act on the court, like by beating her up and stuff like that, which it doesn't hurt her game. You know, like she's still out there scoring and doing what she need to do. She's a tough SOB that way. She's getting beat up all game long and still producing. But like for some reason, that's still like the scouting report on her. But they're going to keep doing it until she proves otherwise. Until they prove that she is whack otherwise. So, yeah.
LJ, what you think?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much what Dad said. That the scouting report is out on her, and it is we're just going to beat her up until she stops moving, or until she stops shooting well.
Right.
So, I mean, she either going to have to reinvent herself, which is not what she needs to do, but I don't know. She'll be okay. I think she'll be fine. Because eventually, what's going to end up happening is that, like how what's going on in the NBA, the old heads or will eventually leave, and so you're going to have all these people who kind of looked up to her, slash, want to be her rival and things like that, and they aren't going to. I'm not going to say disrespect her. Well, they might try to disrespect her, but they're going to respect her enough not to try to like end her career and things like that.
Right. Only thing I gotta say is this: her team. Well, your teammates can only help out so much, but I don't know. They just, to me, they just wrong for that. Even though this sport, but like you said, she just gotta grow up and just be tough for that. Now doing what they was doing to where you injured the damn girl, that's a different story. But we just gotta wait and see. Well, somebody say something?
No.
Oh, but we just gotta wait to see. But other than that, Caitlin Clark is out for 2 weeks, and a lot of people was joking because how short the WNBA season is. So a lot of people joking saying that she's out for the season. I don't know how true that is, but
It's because it's because the WNBA season is so short. Like that's what it is. So it's like it's wild.
Yeah,
like,
everybody was joking. They were like, "She's out for 2 weeks." Everybody saying no, she out for the whole season. I was like, "Damn." They said that's how short the WNBA season is. So I was like, "Damn." But that's pretty much it. Caitlin Clark got hurt, and recently she been targeted by a whole bunch of people. What else? Shador, he may get cut by the Browns. Ain't no telling, but they pushed him to the 4th or 5th. Still don't got no goddamn QBs. I don't know if we even gonna have one. They probably just gonna pick somebody up. Just say screw it. We'll figure something out next season. And all the old heads that we looked up to officially moving on, and we got all the younger heads that's playing in finals right now. But that's my closing remarks. Dad, what you got for these people before we head out?
Thank you everybody for showing up and listening to us. Just talk sports and stuff like that. It's appreciated. And that's all I really got for right now. Just want to say thank you.
LJ, what you got?
Yeah, times are changing. In the sports, a new face is coming along. People being mean. It's the same thing as always. So
Hey, what it is. But like Dad said, we truly appreciate y'all for listening, man. Once again, my name is Randall. With me, as always, my boy LJ and the OG Dad himself, man. And together we go by the name of the 2 for 1 Special Podcast. Hopefully, y'all beautiful listeners enjoy this week episode. And until next time, we'll catch y'all. Peace out.
peace.